It's been a long run, right? Kind of a family thing. Had a grandfather that was in dental, had a dental lab in the East Coast. My uncle, his son, followed in his footsteps, so he still owns the largest lab in San Diego. I kind of started in there, introduced photogrammetry in 2017, and that kind of swung us from a primary customer of laboratory into the clinic sector. Over the past years, we've noticed that these two lines are blurring a little bit, and there is kind of crossover between the lab and the clinic, and that's really fun because it creates a much better environment for treatment, for patient, for technology, right? So, last year we introduced a company called Redon, which are advanced milling machines. These machines really provide the appropriate mechanics, strength, power to get the job done, right? Couple that with MillBox.
Yeah.
Specifically because we have a very good collaboration between the three brands, right? WTI, MillBox, and Redon, to develop new ideas, right? To be able to develop the solutions that are necessary for the clients. So it's been really fun, really challenging, but we're super pumped.
Yeah.
We have kind of the main line of Redon mills that we've launched, right? So GTR is our big boy with a 3.7 kilowatt spindle, servo motors on everything.
Okay.
Really kind of a beast of milling, right? But that mill has a kind of a smaller sibling for more entry-level stuff, but still also servo motors. And kind of hot on its heels, we'll be bringing out the best mill, which is an industry first, where we'll have a pod system where there are two different 3.7 kilowatt spindle mills attached to a 15 puck loader.
Yeah.
And so,
if you haven't seen that, it looks amazing. Game changer.
Yeah, I mean, it's it kind of attributes a lot of hard work that Redon did to design these mills. Redon had that right mix where, number one, it's about components, right? Industry leading power on axis, C3 grinded bearings, spindle powers, right? So industry leading in all of those scenarios. But hey, people like also an aesthetic look to the mill, and so they've done a really nice job to design mills that function well, are industry leading in power, and also kind of fit into a situation where we're able to put them either in a laboratory or a clinic, kind of depending on the client.
Awesome. All right, let's take a look at these mills, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So let's start off with our big boy, right? The Redon GTR. This guy comes with the 3.7 kilowatt spindle, wet-dry combination, and something that really was impressive to us when we first looked at the mill, the fifth axis actually has a -30 to +120. So if most people are used to like a ±35 degree rotation on that fifth axis, this is that on steroids. Where that becomes really beneficial is when you are doing a lot of detail work on a full arch. You want to flip that thing around, or if you're doing a lot of full arch with some severe deviation or angled screw channels, you probably need all of that rotation sometimes. So Eric, this is the GTR's smaller sibling, smaller in footprint and maybe just a little smaller in that spindle power, but has a lot of the same internal guts that the GTR has. So still servo motor on all the axis, still does 90-degree milling, which we just redefined on how it does it. Very exciting to have that new C-clamp that utilizes the axis. And also comes in wet dry. So this is a great mill for a client that's trying to do full arch, for example, either zirconia or a PMA, wants to do it quick, wants to do it high accuracy. If they want to do pre-mill abutment milling, things of that nature, this is a great mill.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then you got this guy right here.
Yeah. So this is a new addition to the family, the R-One Plus. It shares the same spindle as the Hybrid Eco, which is the 860 watt spindle. This is a monster for the glass ceramic realm and also pre-mill abutments. A lot of people over the past years used 4-axis mills for pre-mills.
Right.
This is kind of that next level. It is a 4-axis mill, but it has a very robust spindle, wet mill only. And, chair side, whether it's in a clinic chair side or if it's in a laboratory with a very definite purpose of, hey, I'm milling glass ceramic.
Yeah.
This thing's a beast.
Awesome. And then you want to tell us about the big boy that's coming later this year.
Yeah, the best mill. I mean, the best mill is really something that, we're ecstatic about. It's industry first, where it's a modular system. So the ultimate version of the best mill is two 2.7 kilowatt spindles with C-clamp and loader connecting the two mills in the middle, 15 disc loader. Both can be wet or dry. So really kind of two sets of GTRs connected with a 15 puck loader. But a client could start off with one best mill, no loader, or a one best mill and a loader, or the two best mill loader system, right? So it creates a lot of options on how we start and options for growth, right?
Yeah.
Automation, growth, power, capability, right? It's really kind of the goal is to develop a complete package.
Yeah, awesome. Well, everybody's nervous about support. You're gonna invest in a mill, it's a big investment. You're going to get the best CAM software. I know that the support on the MillBox side is great, but calm our fears. Tell us about how does support work? How does the installation work? Who's going to train? Who am I going to call?
Yeah, great question. And one of the big things when we started planning introducing the mills in the US was the fact that we wanted to do first and second level support, where a lot of times you see dealers coming in and doing just first level.
Right.
And then having to rely on the manufacturer for second level and kind of higher end stuff. We internalized that both from the service side on the ground, the technical side from software support, and also an education facility, which we're sitting in today.
Awesome. Well, hey, I'm excited about the momentum. WTI is doing great things. Thank you for your partnership. We definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I gotta give a shout out to the whole team at MillBox. You don't get that personal responsiveness from top levels of a company very often, and MillBox has done an amazing job at that and just working with us to develop the right solution, right? Because I mentioned this a second ago. It's a combination of software, hardware, and then just idea, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's been a great combo.
Yeah, glad to be on board with you.